It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hi there, folks. Ernie Johnson here, aided once again by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to be together again as the NBA regular season wraps up and playoff fever starting to set in. Are you feeling it, Kenny?
Oh, I feel that playoff fever.
Yes, we do.
Hey, we don't have to pay for this song. Why? Because I made it up in my head.
I'm the backhand guy.
Yeah.
Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. 81 games down, only one left to go. Shaq, I got to tell you, feels like the regular season flew by. What's your takeaway?
You know, I feel like the game changes every year, Ernie. More athleticism, more three-point.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. Last game for the Hornets, they picked up the W against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Ready, gentlemen?
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. Seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. And it's Rubio in at the point guard position. Lamb, good.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Now here's Gibson. Shoots out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I caught up with the Hornets head coach. Coach said that even though this is the first meeting of the year, he didn't expect there to be much of a feeling out period between the teams. He said, listen, we have a group of guys that can all score and do it in a hurry. I expect us to come right at them and test their defense early on. They'll definitely be on the attack, guys.
Appreciate the report, Doris. And guys, how does, their offensive strategy fit into this matchup?
I think it should make for an entertaining game. I love hearing coaches say their focus is on offense.
Yeah, and I know the fans love to hear that, too. Just as I do, I love seeing some high-octane offense. I think it's bound to be a game played at a brisk pace.
Brook Lopez, guys, started the season as the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
Now here's McDermott. Gasol inside. Lopez is there. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And it's the Hornets with the ball. To the left wing. Here's Lamb. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. And it's 6 points for Lamb.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Kicks it out to Rubio. Butler dishes to Gasol. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season seem to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him.
Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler.
And with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
Now, here's Walker. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland. Lopez, no luck.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Gasol's in the post. He's guarded by Williams. And Gasol gets it to go. Gasol's got 5.
And with the skill set that Powell has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Now here's McDermott following the miss by Brook Lopez. Batum with the steal. And Walker kicks to Williams. Lopez with the ball. Gasol covering. Charlotte again missing.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Low block shot on the way, and it's Chicago scoring again. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Walker against Rubio. Walker goes in. Batum wide open. He fires. Releases from the wing and drills it. Batum's got his first 2 points. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Here's Walker. The shot misses. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Chicago.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality. Maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assist man.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Williams is out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Jeremy Lin. Then it's Lee. And it's Carter Williams in at the 1. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Greg, talking about Walker, you have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And again, it's Jared Sullinger.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Butler from outside. The Bulls keep it alive. Sullinger passes to Rubio. Feeds to Mirotic. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Portis. Again, Chicago.
Boy, did he burrow his way in there, and the D just sort of backed off.
Rubio against Carter Williams. Williams, that's for 2. And a high bounce as it comes off the rim.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Outside for Carter Williams. Outside Williams. Fires the 3. And he gets it to go. Williams has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Bulls leading by 6. Rubio the pass to Portis. Shot from 6. No good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Ricky Rubio picks one up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
That free throw missing, and some changes here for the Hornets. Brook Lopez is checked in for Williams. Batum comes in for Jeremy Lin. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. The Bulls also changing it up. Taj Gibson's checked in for Portis. McDermott comes in for Mirotic. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Butler. Sullinger with the bucket.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Left side, Batum. The pass to Lopez. Can't get it to go.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
And the Hornets making a change here. Walker's checked in. 43 seconds left here in the second. And Gibson kicks to Moore. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Here's Walker. And that one's good. Walker's got his first basket of the night.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Here's Sullinger. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Sullinger's got 8 points here in this quarter.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Walker. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
And so Moore nails both of them. That'll do it for the first half. Bulls lead by 9. 2K Sports back in a moment here at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Some excellent work early from Pau Gasol. He had 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
The job that guys have done in the post has been terrific. If they get more of that production in the paint next half, it'll be very tough to beat. They're taking advantage of the late rotations, and they're going right inside and straight to the rim.
Looking at Charlotte, Kenny, your thoughts?
One problem is that they didn't show enough aggressiveness on the boards. When you start losing a game, that's when you're supposed to tighten up and toughen up. Your pride has to be challenged, and you need to rise to the occasion. They've got to be more aggressive as a team, and that will cut into the lead.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
Gasol doing all sorts of things. He has 9 points and 1 steal. You know, as tremendous as his stats are, what I've liked most is just the effort he's put into this game.
And Clark, he's worked his tail off at the offensive end, and his D, it has been on point.
So for Chicago right now, Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. And it's Rubio in at the 1 spot. Lopez a screen. Batum dishes to Lopez. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lopez has got the first points of the second half here for the Hornets.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42. and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch four.
Well, the thing about Marvin Williams, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
Perez is there. A nice shot by Gasol.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
So Charlotte calls timeout.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Charlotte. Michael Carter-Williams comes in for Walker.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all three of their shot attempts.
Rubio, the pass to Portis. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. The jump hook, rebound by Williams.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Carter-Williams with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Williams inside. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it. Really nice work inside there. He'll always give you a battle on the interior, guys.
Hornets trail by 6. Lopez a screen. Carter-Williams. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Carter-Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter-Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And the Bulls making a change here. Moore's checked in. Here's Sullinger, and the Bulls with another miss. On the subject of Michael Carter-Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well. But, Greg, the one thing he can't seem to lock down is his shooting stroke.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field. You expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well.
Outside, Lin. And it's Lopez at the elbow. Puts it up. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Bulls leading by 4. Passes it to Portis. Taken away by Williams. Carter-Williams against Moore. Here's Williams. And again, the Hornets missing.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Kicks it to Mirotic to the inside. And finished off by Sullinger.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
And it's Moore penetrating to the paint. Portis, the pass to Sullinger. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Sullinger's got 14.
Oh, how pretty was that? Used the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Hornets trail by 6. They've got Brook Lopez. Jeremy Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. Then it's Marvin Williams. And it's Batum in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Pass to Lopez. And he jams it with authority.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Batum against Butler. And Batum kicks to Lopez. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
They're shooting it quite well now. Again, function of shot selection, ball movement. Guys are in rhythm, confident, free-flowing, and they're knocking down their shot.
Taken away by Williams. Rubio against Walker. Here's Lamb, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
What a night so far for Lamb. He has 8 points and also an assist.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Boy, the points they've produced off their play in the post have been so valuable for them in this game, guys. I mean, it's been a huge part of what they're doing.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane.
And Rubio kicks to Gasol. From 7. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And the Bulls lead by 3. Charlotte calls timeout. Pau Gasol with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what head coach of the Hornets said to his team. He urged his players to keep fighting, saying, "We're right there, but the margin of error has shrunk. We've got to play aggressive and smart." Guys?
Thanks, Doris.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum. Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
Chicago leading by 3. And Rubio kicks to Gibson. Unloads. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, "That ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now." That couldn't have gone better for them. Forget about playing it safe. They're looking to finish it off in style, and I like that type of aggressiveness.
And I got to say it, Clark, I didn't expect them to play it that way. I mean, a great steal, and then to put the pedal to the metal.
Here's Lamb. Outside, Walker. Lamb dishes to Williams. Here's Lopez. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Looking at the game for Lopez, he's got 8 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Brook Lopez hits them both.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
Butler passes to Gibson. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Hornets call time here. They trail by 7. 1:24 left in the game. Walker with it. Butler covering. Williams a screen, and Walker kicks to Lamb. Beyond the arc. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
McDermott dishes to Butler. Left block shot on the way. Got a piece of it.
It's going to be tough for him here, but maybe, just maybe, it's not over yet.
Cannot afford any empty possessions. They've got to recycle everything, partner. Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Walker against Rubio. It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Kemba Walker. That's his first personal foul.
And Chicago has possession. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Over to the left wing. There's the double team with Walker. Three-pointer, Butler. No good.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
And it's the Hornets' ball. It's a 5-point game. And Walker kicks to Batum. It's blocked. And now they decide to foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And as long as they can keep doing that kind of work at the foul line, this lead will be safe.
No luck.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. This was a hard fight.
Well, pal, congrats.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Jared Sullinger.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And that'll do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season contest.